welcome to Arteagan Weekend Bread, your spiritual board meeting full of astrology, psychic, and tarot reports for Friday, April 3rd to Sunday, April 3, 4, 5, the 5th, 2020. I am your Madame President of the Arteagan, Natalee, spelled Natalee. If you'd like to learn more about learning psychism, learning about tarot reading, and learning about your own astrology, or getting a personal reading from me, anything esoteric, your ultimate esoteric resource is thearteagan.com. So make sure to check it out. Also, hit the little bell right next to where it says subscribe, and that tells you that you're going to get my notifications. So if you'd like to get my live streams and when I do stuff, go ahead and ding the bell, please, and thank you. Let's go right into the minutes recap. Okay. Officially calling this meeting to order. Gavel, gavel, gavel. Minutes recap. So last Friday, everybody was still in the before time. I mean the before, not that before time, the different before time, the pre-Mars conjunct Saturn and Aquarius before time, that before time. So likely everything's just been in some area of your life since last Friday. And honestly, it's like every day there's so much. So wherever Aquarius is in your chart, for me personally, for Cancer risings, Aquarius on the 8th house, or if you just have if Aquarius is on your 12th house, your 8th house, maybe even your 4th house, you can experience a huge burst in psychic ability, which is what I'm going through. It's a long burst, and it's like boot camp on my side. So I can only imagine what you guys are going through. Wow. So no, it's been good. I'm not saying it like I'm complaining. It's really, really, really good. It's just a lot. I feel like I'm getting a whole crash course in my next sort of like ability. Okay. So how does that feel? How from last Friday to now, you guys? I'm sure you feel not completely different, but I'm sure things feel different in that area of your life. For me, it's manifested as not getting any sleep. And now I know why they were giving me such great sleep before. I was up till 4 a.m. last night. I was exhausted. Physically very tired. Could not sleep. I was just reading on my phone. Couldn't get out of my phone reading. Anyway, so yeah, 8th house. It's just, anyway, so that's how it's been for me. How's it been for you guys? Let me know in the comments below. Let's move on and let's take a moment to reflect from the before time. And now we're in this Martian Aquarian thing before we move into the future, into the President's Report. Guys, I'm so happy. I'm so happy. Today was such a great day. Today I scheduled all of my one-on-one natal chart interpretations with my patrons that are in that third tier, the kings and queens. So the third tier is $33 a month, and it includes this live Instagram direct, face-to-face, moment-to-moment natal chart interpretation. And so I try to schedule them all today. I wanted to really talk to you guys and talk to my patrons, and it just went so well. I'm just really happy. I'm just so happy that it happened. I'm just really happy about it. So I'm just excited. Anyway, yeah. So that's really kind of what I have for my President's Report. The Astrology Report. So we have the Sun in 14 degrees Aries. The Moon is in 11 degrees Leo. This is 8 a.m. PST for April 3rd. Venus is in the 29th degree of Taurus. She will shift into Gemini at 10:12 a.m. in a couple hours. Mars is in 2 degrees Aquarius. Jupiter's in 24 degrees Capricorn. Saturn's in 0 degrees Aquarius. Uranus is in 5 degrees Taurus. Neptune is in 19 degrees Pisces. We have this Mercury-Neptune conjunction, and then Pluto's in the 24th degree of Capricorn. Now, this is the highlight, is Venus shifting. I should do it like an energy shift reading for her. This is important because she's gonna go retrograde August 7th of this year. So mark your calendars. I don't know why I said it like that. Mark your calendars. She goes retrograde August 7th in 21 degrees. Wait. Okay, I can't read my own writing. I'm sorry. She goes direct at 5 degrees, June 24th. But there's May 12th. I think she goes retrograde May 12th. Sorry. Oh, I'm sorry. She leaves the sign completely. She will be in Gemini forever from now until August 7th. That's what I meant to say. Okay, what's today? April something. Beginning of April, all of May, June, July. All of July till August 7th. That's like 4 months of being in Gemini. Okay? So she'll leave Gemini August 7th. She goes retrograde May 12th, 21 degrees. So I say the degrees just in case anyone's watching at home with their little charts. She'll go direct at 5 degrees, June 24th. That's what it is. Venus retrogrades. Bad boys. She retrogrades every year and a half. So about every 18 months or so. And after this retrograde, she won't retrograde again until 2021, December 18th, 2021, and 26 degrees Capricorn. Okay, so this is a time for this specific Geminian Venusian retrograde. It's funny because people, I posted on my Insta. I'm also on Instagram on Watch Natalee, so YouTube and Instagram's the same. I put something up there a little bit ago about this. It's Gemini rules the hands, also rules the lungs, rules the hands, and it's like handiwork. So retrograding, it's like people are going to pick up guitar again. They're going to play guitar, or they're going to knit, they're going to sew. You're going to just see people picking up hobbies, little handicraft type stuff. Wouldn't surprise me at all. But it's also like a reassessment of values, value systems, and Gemini, and people are going to be missing people. You probably already miss people right now. Guys, you know that you're an introvert when the whole planet is in quarantine and you still need your space. Has anybody been feeling that? Moments of feeling where you need your space? Guilty. Okay, so don't feel bad. Whatever you're feeling right now, don't feel bad about it. Don't self-judge. Just let yourself feel it. Purge it out. Alchemize it if you can. Just let it happen. Go with your flow here. Okay, so look at your chart. See where you have Gemini. See how Venus is natally aspected, because that's how it's going to happen. That's how it's going to work for you. That's why I kind of I wasn't comfortable for the longest time making statements, astrological statements, because of that. Because I didn't like saying, this is going to be real great for you. Let's say, here's a perfect example. Let's say retrograde, it goes backwards, it's delays, it's all this stuff. So let's say I go to an astrologer, and let's say they're not a good astrologer. Let's say they don't know a whole lot of stuff. They're touting themselves as a professional astrologer. They don't know that. So they tell me all this stuff and kind of breeze over my chart. Well, for me, for Natalee, the way my chart's set up, Venus retrograding is actually a great thing for me. Because when I was born, you know what I'm saying? So everyone has different energy signatures. So even the stuff I say about astrology stuff, I usually say that disclaimer, but just know that for yourself, that if you're shopping around for an astrologer, if you're reading things about astrology, that it's always relative to the native. So it's big things can be happening and you won't feel it because of your own chart. So there's people in the world right now that I don't even, so, well, actually not right now, because the entire world is changing and we all are, but I mean, you know what I'm saying. So look at your chart, see what Venus is doing natally. So how is Venus talking to all the other planets? How is everyone getting along? That's how it's going to manifest for you. So if you look at your chart, let's look at the US's chart real quick. Sorry, I wasn't better prepared. Oh, sorry, guys. Hold on. Okay, let's see what Venus is doing in the US. Venus is conjunct Jupiter. In the US chart, squared midheaven. Where is this? Venus is in 3 degrees Cancer. Oh, here we go. Yeah. Oh, and it's kind of in a wide conjunction to the sun, to our sun, the US's sun. Venus, Jupiter, and the sun in Cancer. Wow. Yeah. And you know, retrograde with Jupiter, it's like even bigger about the philosophy of our values and how it feeds and how it creates our ego, our national identity as Americans. So, yeah, from now till August 7th, it's going to be interesting. It's also in the 7th house, America's 7th house. So, it's re-establishing, or diplomacy could actually take a little bit of a hit because Venus and Jupiter are like merged, and it squares the midheaven. It squares that the MC, that 1 degree in Libra, which is her ruler. Venus rules Libra. I don't want to speak too much on it because you really do have to take a lot of other different things into account. But she'll be in Gemini. She will be, what are the degrees? 21, 5. It's going over America's Mars. America's Mars is in 21 degrees Gemini. She'll go retrograde May 12th at 21 degree Gemini, right on our Mars. Oh, shit. I'm going to look more into that. I'll come back with more updates on it as we get closer to that date. But it's significant. Just, yeah, it's significant. Okay. So, on the global level, a lot of pulling back, a lot of reassessment. And that's what retrogrades are for. It's to process. You know, like when you go through a traumatic experience, you can't really process it like moment to moment because you're in the middle of being traumatized. So later, far down the road, then you process it. Then you can just like little Pandora's box and go, oh, what's inside? All right. So that's what's going to be happening as stuff retrogrades. And, you know, we have Venus here with our value systems doing that. I want to go into the psychic report because the download is important here. Beautiful light reflecting and like going through and being, you were pouring water, okay? That's what we have. Pouring. I was actually filling my Boda with water. You know, I was filling it in, and something about the way it was like, it was just, it's when they decided to give me that download and they gave me some stuff. So it was really beautiful. It was almost like a cinematic Ace of Cups. Like if the card was like life. They showed me all this vision and stuff. So that's what the download is going to be. That's what the download is, and that's what the reading is going to be. There's also something about like flowing, clean water. So this is, it feels like some, how do I put this? It's like the dam was unstopped, or like something gets to be released. This could be someone expressing their feelings. This could be someone experiencing an emotional sort of like release. And that would really align with Venus exiting Taurus, a sign she's very happy and comfortable in. Rules Taurus, entering Gemini. Because when a planet leaves this sign, you can get a little gift, a little boost, a little bump, you know, maybe something happening in your chart in a nice way or something. But that's what you can more or less expect. Something, it's like a culmination point of when it entered that sign. It was there to teach you something. So, you know, you're learning something as you go through its trek through that sign. When before it leaves the sign, it wants to make sure that you learned it. It wants to make sure that you learned what it had to teach you, or that you received what it wanted to give you. Okay, so what do we have about this flowing water? That's interesting. Different perspectives. The first card out. This feels like context, but let's see where it goes. And the Hanged Man. This is the dam that I was talking about, the dam that got released, sort of. Something that was like held up, stopped and plugged up, and the flowing water is the release of it. Something was, something was just not moving, and it was just like, ew. They're showing me like all these flies in a, it's just, it's been a long time that someone's been keeping this quiet, that someone's been, ooh. My drop. Psychic slip. I still like it. The funnest part about being psychic is watching it work and being correct. This is the release, all right. This is the release. It took bravery in communication. It took very forthright. I'm almost with this crown. I never focus on the crown and the Ace of Swords, ever. But they're giving it to me. This is like the communication going to the crown, straight to the top. You could be talking with someone in a very high, respectable position. Or they could be talking to you. Four of Pentacles, it's interesting. Six of Staves. This doesn't necessarily have to be someone communicating their feelings of romance to someone else. This also feels like, this feels a little bit isolated, to be honest, with the Hanged Man. It's like he's walking down a road on his own, comes to a fork in the road, doesn't know what road to go down because he doesn't know where he wants to end up. So he suspends himself from the tree to look at the world from a different viewpoint, to see if that's going to be clearer for him, to see where he wants to go. The blood rushes to his head, it gets uncomfortable, and the pressure builds up until he has a change in perspective and he changes his mind. I mean, literally the change in perspective. But with the Five of Staves, they were never able to do that. I feel like it just, the flies in this cylindrical thing, that's what they showed me, like, but trapped. So I feel like this is something happening internally with someone, with one person. And this, I feel like, is something coming to them that breaks their own internal, when you get in your own head too much and you lose perspective, you actually lose perspective. So this is like, this is something coming in that brings clarity. And you know what? I feel like this would still apply if this were like a boss or an authority, a VIP, someone in, because I'm getting that this is like a crown. I feel like this is the crown. And I feel like this is the person bringing all this energy to the crown, to someone in an authoritative position or something. And there's something just mesmerizing. So you're either this person or you're this person with the two aces. Whoever this two aces is mesmerizing to the internal conflict person. It's almost like this person has a problem that they need to solve and they don't know how to solve it. And then this new breath of fresh air comes along and that's the answer to the problem. It's like it's exactly what they needed to hear and feel and see to know that that's what they want, or that's the answer, Ace of Swords, the answer to a problem. And it's mesmerizing. Like the way it was flowing, it was just really mesmerizing. I mean, they just filled me with this whole vision and feeling that was like very powerful and overwhelming. Not overwhelming where like I can't handle it, overwhelming, but in its beauty. It was almost like pure earth water. Like it was just this, like Eden or something. It was, I mean, really, really pristine emotion. This could be someone with a very good heart, a very good soul, a very good spirit, someone who's obviously, I feel like this is someone who speaks their mind and their heart. Like they say what's on their mind, they say what's on their heart, very balanced. They look very attractive. They could be, I don't think they're in politics, but they could be in the public in some way. They could be, or they could just have a social media account. And honestly, I mean, that's probably everybody right now, right? But the Six of Staves is right after the Five, and it speaks to a victory, overcoming this. So this is like a direct answer to that question. They're the question, you're the answer, and I'm going to put you there. So switch the roles if that's how it's resonating with you. Let's see how they move forward. Interesting, the Four of... Someone did it. Someone really did it. Something about what you're saying, what you... Ooh, yeah, I mean, it breaks that stalemate. Okay, we don't have to go carried away here, but... This is their block. And we don't really need it. We already have it, but I am going to pull it. It is this person's block. They were stuck, really stuck about what to do. And they didn't possess I don't know why, but they did not possess the ability to break out of it. They needed this. They really needed this. And it's not like they're not smart or creative. I'm not saying anything. I'm just saying for this specific problem, that happens. That really does happen. That you just need to talk to someone about it, and just their simple outside perspective, not really being involved, it just clarifies stuff for you. And it's like, oh my God, why didn't I think of that? I totally would have thought of that. But why didn't I? It's kind of like that. Except that's going to be like the case for some of you. For others of you, it's not your perspective, it's something that you're doing, or something you have, or something that you are building, creating. The pentacles here are just getting me. Like the Four of Pentacles, it's like, I want to preserve myself. I want to preserve my legacy. I want to preserve my prestige. I want to preserve my stability, my standing in the public. I want to preserve. And there's a lot of, that's what they're being honest and clear about. And something about that totally unlocks this. I feel like this is someone very clear in their own identity. This person knows who they are. They know what they want. They know what they do. They know what their ideals are. They know what their heart wants. They know how to speak with integrity. This is someone who could be happy for people. I don't know why that's coming up. I'm getting this interesting, like, sort of antagonistic energy, like defensive energy. And I'm like, no, stop. I'm pushing it back. Okay, it's gone. But it's that... That's weird. My screen just glitched when that happened in a weird way. So that's what it is. That like unlocks it. And because of that, I don't think it just transforms this person's mind. I feel like it's actually, there's a move happening here. Let's see what that move is. Did you see? Oh, I don't know if you saw it in reverse. So Ten of Swords came out in reverse with the Lovers in reverse, and what's this? And the Page of Cups in reverse. So we don't have to read these in reverse. If it doesn't resonate with you in reverse, don't worry about it. But I'm going to give it a try because it did land in reverse. And I did pick it up in reverse. So let me feel this out. And then I'll talk about if they're upright. And you can choose your situation. It is in reverse. The choice is over. It's a clear choice. Someone couldn't make up their mind about choosing someone. This is interesting. Someone couldn't make up their mind about choosing someone, and a clear victory, a clear winner, a clear candidate, which is really appropriate because this is the politician's campaign win card, the Six of Staves. Someone emerges as a very perfect, clear, strong, capable. They look very solid and stable. Like that, like their image is strong. They're projecting who they are very honestly and emotionally and confidently, and it's like stable, it looks secure, it's locked down. It looks physically good. That's what it is. And because of that, it breaks this VIP person's, and I do get it. I'm saying VIP, but it feels kingly. It feels this person has resources. They have, I don't know, they have something. And that results in the transformation. So what's being transformed here? That this person, that you are still in the game. It's not over between you two. It's not like you're out of the race. You're still in. So it's not ended. You were never discounted. The choice in love, the choice in picking a partner, the choice in picking someone, the choice, the choice. There is no choice. I don't have to make a choice. The choice is made up. And this is interesting. This is emotional maturity. Upright, Page of Cups is emotionally immature. Very sweet, could be an apology. Apology is not necessary here. There's a beautiful, whoever this person is who's emerged as the clear winner, they speak their truth about what they think and how they feel. And that is projected into their persona, their public image, your social media, your communications, what you're saying to everybody. I mean, this is just everyone, not you. It extends to social media. It extends to, everywhere, newspapers, whatever. But those are the traits that they wanted. They needed a lead. And see, it's perfect because this person could be getting, like, losing perspective in other things, in other areas, where this person's going to be decisive. This person's going to, because they know who they are, they're going to be able to help people making decisions about whatever this is, if this is business, whatever. So this person's like emotional maturity and a clear choice. I'm even getting that, like maybe maybe you were disqualified for a little bit and you just like came roaring back to life. But it's because you took the initiative. It's because you put in the work. And it's because you're actually like an honest person. I'm going to turn this light on. Good news for you. This is really good news for you. Whoever this is really good news for you. Because you come across so emotionally mature and in control and self-possessed and like, what's that called? It's like honorable. It is, I'm sorry guys, I don't know when it clicked off. They showed me something medieval here and I tried to get back into it to like expand more and I couldn't grab it. Might be too early yet, but let's keep going. And then we'll start clarifying because this is like the context and I want to know what you guys are going to, or maybe that's what we're going to come up and clarify. But is there any other message of what these two are doing or going to do together? These two energies, how they're interacting, moving forward. Boop. Why do I feel, oh, they're all upside down. Oh, I haven't been, do you see this? Here. On the bottom of this deck, we have the Six of Cups and the World. Yeah. It's this. Okay, we're done with this deck, they said. Okay. I feel like this is, yep. I feel like this is over. Look at. Oh, did you see that? King and Queen of Cups right there. Sun, Two of Pentacles. Yeah, this is all good news. This is all really good. I don't think we need all of that. Well, there's a commitment here. It's this. We'll do this. Commitment here for sure. Now we have a lot. We're way good. I don't know if we even know. Well, I'll just leave it on the table and see what happens. All right. But let me just with this. So this is more detailed. This is bringing karma to a close is what they're actually verbally saying. Bringing karma to a close. It's right here. This whole thing, this interaction is bringing some karma to a close with this world and a moving on. Moving on. This goes deeper, and it's going to be it's going to be different for all of you, like the backstory and how deep this goes. But that's that truth. And then all this over here, I feel like it's part of what this person needed, the problem they needed to solve. It was about money. It was about maybe even what to do. Like this, like you're probably bringing the either creativity in the Ace of Cups or that pristine, it's like clean emotions, clean energy. I feel like your emotional energy is really, really pure, really, really clean, and really, oh, goodwill. Thank you. It's like goodwill, like actual goodwill, and you have this sort of truth and integrity here. So you're coming across great. And I feel like what part of their stress was the physicality of maybe a project or a work assignment or a company or a division of a company or something of what to do. They were stressing about what to do. They were stressing about, obviously, about getting the Ten of Cups, like this feeling of all is right with the world. I forgot to say that Venus finishing up her trines in the later degrees of Taurus before she moves into Gemini. I'm sorry. So there should be something nice this weekend. Over this weekend for you, Venus moving into, I called that already in the beginning of the week on Monday, but they're bringing it back for that purpose. So whatever was flaring up on the quarter moon, like Monday, Tuesday, should be smoother by the weekend. But that's what's also being healed here, is just like I can it's like relief. And I'm getting news, of course, with the Page of, okay, I don't want to clarify every single thing here. We don't need to, so let me just, I want to clarify you first. I want to clarify all that. What do we need to know about this person? Which is probably you. This Ace of Swords, the Four of Pentacles, Six of Staves, and the Ace of Cups. I feel like whatever they're talking, I feel like you don't know that you're solving someone's problem when you communicate, because you're so like pure, you're so like honest. Like I don't think, like you don't waste communication. The Ace of Swords, I don't feel like you waste emails, text messages, Instagram direct messages, Facebook. I don't feel like you just shoot stuff out for like the fun of it. I think you are purposeful. With that Four of Pentacles, I feel like you're someone that just sort of like keeps your reserve, like keeps your resources and keeps your, you don't spend extra. Let me put it that way. So I feel like that's how you are with all of this, with the two aces and with the Six of Staves. You don't waste. And so when you say something, it's really concentrated. You don't waste words. You don't have a long, rambly thing. Which is me. I am like a total, I have to really go back and edit. It takes a long time. And even then it's always longer than I like want it to be. I want to be like Ernest Hemingway, write simple and true, but you're doing that. So whatever you're saying, it's like compact. It's what you need. It's exactly what you want to get across. And because you're following your heart, you're like, you know what I'm saying? It's like you just follow this pristine feeling in yourself, or this idea, or this, whatever this is, you're just doing your thing, channeling your own energies. You could be like, oh, I'm going to check in with so-and-so. I'm going to check in on my brother, my sister, my friend, because people are going to be reaching out. People are already reaching out and trying to find all these new ways to communicate or continue their relationships in a virtual realm. But I feel like you're just communicating. I just feel a lot of your personality coming through, like who you are. Something about that unlocks this quagmire for this person, and I don't think you know that. Ace of Swords, Ace of Cups, Four of Pentacles, and the 6 sideways. The Moon. I'm putting it up right. The Moon and the Magician here. It really could go either way. You decide. You always decide this stuff. It's always free will above everything. The stars incline, they do not compel. Okay? That's the whole purpose that I do this, is so that you make free will choices with all the information present. Because otherwise it's like, I feel like you were able to cut through some of your own confusion. I feel like you too, that's funny. It's like you also, see, that's what I said before. It's like you're feeling your way forward. It's like the purity of your emotions, just honoring that and being that led you to this decision. With this powerful communication, they're showing me like the pow of this right there. And you did it. It's like even when you came into clarity, you still took the action. You still manifested. Even if you thought you were out, even if it looked like, oh, this opportunity is dead for me. I had a little chance, the Page of Cups, and a good connection, a good base with this person, but it's over now. But it's ended. It's gone. No. There's emotional maturity between both of you. So if there's no emotional maturity being reciprocated, this is not for you. I'm talking about two people that are emotionally mature. So if the other person is not, this is not your reading. Okay? So let's take a look at this. What's transforming? Like, why is that? Like, why did it have to come across as the devil? I'm sorry, as the death. Okay, this is giving us our double confirmation, 6 of Swords. That's the only double confirmation we have, and there are so many cards on the table. It's the only one so far. Wow, this person, this other person, you are really helping them clear some karma. That's what this is. They were not able to move on emotionally, mentally. They were not able to move on from something until you came in. They were not able to move on from something big. Karma being cleared here. That's why it's showing up as the death, because it's linked right to the world. Karma. Saturn. And you guys have a relationship, a past life relationship. Your childhood friends, known each other for years and years. You feel like you've known each other many lifetimes, or they're your actual family. Or they feel like family. Some very close, very nostalgic, very sweet connection between you two. Very familiar. And you release them, you help them. Oh. All right, let's take a look at this. Page of Cups in reverse, the Lovers in reverse, and the Ten of Swords in reverse. Oh my gosh, look, you guys. Look at the King of Cups, the Hanged Man, and the Six of Cups. We were just talking about the Six of Cups, like literally just right now. And we have that Hanged Man. So this is directly in relation, speaking directly to their inner conflict. This, see, they could not... Get out of here. You know what this is? You were the choice all along. There was never any competition. I feel like they've been waiting for you to choose them. But it doesn't look like that or feel like that. That's it. Because remember before when I said that this feels like you don't know, like you're just doing what you're doing. You don't know that. It's like you could just be having inklings to reach out to people and not really know why. Or maybe you're like, oh, whatever. And it affects the other person quite a lot. Yeah, they didn't, their conflict, their source of conflict and their lack of change, that's why the conflict, because they did choose you. You are the clear choice. But they weren't able to complete this karma with you, and I feel like they could have something to give you. I feel like he's giving her the flowers. And I don't know. I feel like that's like something. Yeah. And look at, we said it was emotional maturity between you two, going from Page of Cups in reverse. That's emotional maturity. And now we're in King of Cups. Yeah, this is emotional maturity. They knew it. They knew that it was you. They had conflict about it because you didn't, they needed something. They needed you to communicate something to them about yourself or something, what you're doing, your campaign or something like that. This is so interesting. Definitely something with like something online, social media, business. And what is business? It's what's joie de vivre, the pleasure in doing business with someone, the pleasure of conducting business. You know, I think of Capricorn, I think of Libra though. Like Libra is wonderful in business. Like the diplomacy, the tact, the kindness, the sweetness, you know, really thinking about someone else's experience of you first. And if someone else is being ugly with you or someone else is being ugly in business, that's just them showing who they are. You don't have to respond in kind. How you respond, if you do, is just showing who you are. Let's take a look at this. Let's take a look at all that. Ten of Cups, Hierophant, Ace of... Let's take a look at the Ace of Pentacles. Let's see what this is really about. Ace of... Like that helps. I'm kidding, it totally does. Judgment. Big decision here. I'm telling you, you were always the clear choice. They didn't think you were ready. They didn't think you were ready until you told them, I'm ready for this. It's funny. It's like they've been holding this huge You could have even, you didn't know they were a king. You didn't know they were a king. You didn't know they were a king. You didn't know how powerful they were. That's the crown. Someone didn't, I don't know. There's something there with that. There could be something like that here. Ace of Pentacles, the Judgment. This is it. I know they're the one. I know they're ready. And it makes them very happy. They were so nervous. You know what this feels like? This feels like a protege. This feels like, you know how, okay, I'm going to use myself as an example. This would be like if I am, let's say it's 10 years from now in 2030 when that comes back. Let's say, okay, 10 years from now, imagine where the Arteagan's going to be. Imagine what army of psychics I will have working to save the world by 2030. That would be like in 2029, I'm preparing a big mission, a huge world-saving mission for 2030, because I know it's coming back, and I know, and we have all this resource, all this mobilization, 10 years of growth. Look at this past year of growth. Imagine 10 years, from now till 2030, what it's going to be. That would be like me needing to wait for one of my Arteagan to be ready. And it's not me offering it to them. It's too easy to offer something to someone and they just say, okay, great, thank you, and I take. The real mark of leadership, I'm a Capricorn, so I've always taught classes of some sort. I'm a wonderful teacher. I love nurturing people and watching you guys grow. I'm telling you, the natal chart interpretations today were like so happy. I just felt so happy. I would want to wait until I knew someone was ready, and they have to come to me, and they have to, you know what I'm saying? Like I would want someone who is maybe trying to, maybe coming in and saying, okay, I have an idea for this, or I have an idea for that, or this is what I'm doing already. I've already taken the initiative, and I've already built up this whole thing. And, instead of waiting for me to offer, oh, let me hold your hand and we'll get you set up with this. No, that's not the way this is working. And don't get me wrong, it's totally okay. It's totally okay to have different mentor, protege types of relationships. I'm talking about this one though. And this is one I can personally relate to, because I'm a Capricorn, and I'm just hard on people that are close to, it's Capricorns can be hard on people. Just remember that we are a million times harder on ourselves, okay? So I would expect, if I had a huge mission, a huge Arteagan mission, or if I had a really great, big, whatever, blah, 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 I would want someone I could just totally, here, take it, run with it. It's yours. Have fun. You know what I'm saying? That's what this is. You were always the clear choice. You were always being rooted for. Someone's been rooting for you. I don't know if this is business. I don't know if this is creativity. I don't know if this is like work, career, public. Okay, it's like probably a little bit of all of that. The details, you should know all that, okay? Yeah. And it's like, now I know. They're the one. They always were hoping you were the one, but now they're like, and that's when you get the commitment. That's when you get something in writing, legal, something initiated. You get made. You get initiated. I shouldn't say that you get made. That sounds... I love tarot. Let's do... I don't think we need... I'm kind of curious. The Page of Staves, that's news. 4 of Swords. Right, it came out right away. So it was totally... Damn. Empress, 4 of Staves, and the Sun at the bottom of the deck. A lot of abundance here. This is going to be good for you. This is a major turning point for someone. This is a major... You showed up already having everything, though. You showed up with everything. You showed up with everything. So you don't need it. You don't, but it's like, whoa, and you're just going to be great. You're going to be abundant, wealthy, happy, healthy, stable, secure, strong, really happy. And I feel like this 4 of Swords is peace. I feel like it's peace. Like you have peace. You both have peace. I feel like this is something this feels like little work that needs to happen, like little administrative things, little filings. Maybe you're incorporating a joint venture. Maybe you're, I don't know, something. But I feel like this is like little work that you're doing, like little things that got to get done to really put you up for a very peaceful, stable, prosperous, abundant next, part of your future. And I don't really get that with this, but that's what this is. It's like, but it's like you're very enthusiastic. All the little things you have to do, you're very enthusiastic about it because you're like, oh my God, it's like really great. Okay. All from filling my Boda, from my water bottle. Oh my goodness gracious. But the feeling they filled me with when that moment was happening was just so pure. So the pure that you are, the pure your heart is, and I'm telling you, your words are spells or curses. And if you don't think people are feeling your vibration when you speak, when you type, okay, tonal, attitude, whatever that is. And don't get me wrong, you guys see my Instagram where I'm like, you bizzles for God's Slizzle does not give a fuck. Okay, you guys see that on my Instagram. So I'm not being like a super hard ass about it. I'm just saying, like, when you're seriously talking to people, when you're doing your business emails, when you're ever interacting with anyone ever in that kind of capacity, anything that could be business, anything that could be, you just want to look, but you don't have to try. Like, that's who you are. So it's pure. It's really pure. Really, really, like, I keep wanting to say sweet, but they keep stopping me. It's not sweet. It's pure. So you don't have to be sweet. You can be Slim Shady. But your pure intentions. Thank you. I felt the resistance to you guys, me saying pure. And they gave me pure intentions, so... Any advice regarding this spread? Is there any advice? Work through your fears. The energy is gaining momentum. Communication is key. Not surprising at all. I feel like work through your fears. You might be about to do this. Oh my God. Work through your fears is that moon energy. Working through your fears. So it is fears. You do have a bit of... reluctance to talk to this, probably because they're a king, and you might feel it. You might feel that they are more powerful than they are, or I don't know, or maybe they are visibly powerful and you're nervous and you have fears. But there's karma between you two, so it's part of your karma to work through your fears. New moon is Scorpio energy. Scorpio is like the fear sign. Like, if you don't get that under control, that will like eat your life. Okay? With Pluto this year, just be careful. Just be careful. Anyway, work through your fears. If you're getting triggered, purge it out, alchemize it, do that hermit work, and keep going. Don't give up. That's the most important part. Be patient with yourself too, because you're in your own timing. That's another thing, is that, Capricorns are late bloomers. I know I talk about Capricorns, but it's like, you're on your own timeline, so don't ever feel like, oh, I'm not getting anything done in quarantine. Don't think that way. The energy is gaining momentum. This is about to pop. And communication is key, which is what this whole thing's about. Okay, guys. Bring love into the situation. New moon in Aquarius energy. All you need is love. Let's watch Love Actually on live stream together or something. How cool would that be? I mean, obviously we can't do that, but it would be really fun if we can all watch a movie together somehow. All right, like when Harry met Sally. Okay, I won't reenact it. So let's I don't know why I'm so chatty right now. I'm sorry, guys, and these videos are getting long. Okay. Let's conclude the tarot report, okay? Arteagan Report exactly what I just said, or not what I just said, but just try to focus on alchemizing and purging stuff out. It's enough to just try and maintain a deep, level emotions with everything going on. So just do your very best. Let go of the rest. Okay? It's okay. Arteagan activity will pick up later. Don't worry about it. Just, okay. Correspondence. I got some wonderful feedback from one of my really, really lovely Aquarians. Our connection is really, really strong. We've had multiple readings, and I hit on something that was really, really specific. I started singing this song that was really, really specific and really meaningful, not only to this person, but it was just really, the funnest part about being psychic is watching it work. I never get tired of it. So if you would never get tired of it, consider the practical magic class. That's the only one I offer to the public where there's any like teaching psychism, unless you do one-on-one coaching, but it's more affordable to just do the practical magic. It's once a month. Unless you're on Patreon and you get that tier, then you get like a lot more, okay? So that was really wonderful correspondence. I love it. Old business, nothing really. New business, Instagram and Patreon. Instagram, I'm Watch Natalee, and on Patreon, it's just patreon.com/thearteagan. Check it out. And that's about it, my love. So with all of that great news for you, and I hope this has given you lots of value and perspective on how to move forward. I feel like you're about to make this communication. If you already did, this is what you can expect the result to be. So congratulations on clearing out this karma. You guys are doing fantastic. For everyone else where this was Scooby snacks, I hope you can learn from this lesson, learn little Scooby nugget snacks and apply it to life. And I hope you just enjoyed yourselves here. So have a wonderful weekend, my loves. I will see you on Monday, bright and early. And I am sprinkling all the blessings on your heads. Mwah.